Hey there. Today at 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm hosting a workshop and you're invited. It's going to be transformational. It's going to enhance any kind of healing work you're already doing. And it's hopefully going to really, truly shake up your life in the absolute best way. So listen ahead. I'm going to dive deep into what we're covering on this workshop in the hopes of helping you decide if you want to spend the $36 and spend a couple of hours with me today. So I give a bunch of details here. I'll go deep into what we'll be covering and what you should expect to change in your life after the workshop, because I think that's important for you to know before signing up. I am so excited, and I of course have to thank you as well, because you inspired this workshop. The conversations that I'm having with you, either over text or email or Instagram, you know, the various ways that you write to me, and I always love it. You all have inspired this workshop, and I am covering in this workshop the very most pressing issues that you all seem to be bringing to me over and over and over again. The things that seem to be most important in you living a happy life, because that's what this is about, right? So enjoy this little mini episode, if you can call it that. And I cannot wait to see you at the workshop today, Monday, June 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern. The link, of course, to sign up is in the description of this episode, wherever you're listening to this podcast right now. You can also find it at the link in my bio on Instagram, or in your email inbox, or your text messages if you're connected with me over text. So many different ways. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Enjoy. Hey, I just got back from yoga and I'm feeling so elevated and good and whole and excited for the workshop. And I have to tell you about it. If you haven't signed up already, this is your call to action. I'm inviting you to this workshop, and I am telling you that it will be the most beneficial, the most valuable $36 you spend on healing, self-improvement, whatever, all year. So let's cover the topics that we'll explore during this workshop, and I'll talk a little bit about why it's going to be so impactful for you in your journey healing from codependency, but also just in your journey of becoming who you are. And I understand that that sounds vague in general and kind of like new agey, but think about it. This is a springtime reset workshop. This is about you coming back home to yourself, rediscovering who you are, how you want to be you, how you want to live the one life that you have. And I just don't think there's anything more important than you fully embodying your own life, claiming it as yours. That's something that so many of us struggle with as recovering codependents, claiming our lives as ours. Why should you deny yourself permission to claim your life as yours and live it fully and happily? Okay, so that's what we're talking about on this workshop, during this workshop. So let's go over some of the finer details, shall we? And pardon me while I gaze away, I'm going to be referencing the email that I sent out about this a couple of days ago. I will be sending out another email. Actually, wait, you just got the email because you opened this video. Okay, never mind. I digress. So this workshop will deepen any work you're already doing. Yes. If you're in therapy, mwah, chef's kiss, amazing. Well done on being a mature adult human in effing therapy. But if you're getting therapy, coaching, whatever, if you were just in an inpatient facility, if you have never considered therapy ever in your life and you think you're pretty happy, awesome. This workshop will enhance your life wherever you are in it. Okay. So here's what we're talking about during the workshop. Number one, how to really trust yourself. How, for God's sakes, how? And this has been coming up so often in group coaching calls lately, and I just know we have to touch on it because it's the question everyone always asks. So why would I avoid it, right? as recovering codependents, one of the hardest things for us to do is to trust ourselves. Self-denial, betrayal, self-doubt, second guessing yourself, gaslighting yourself, that all is part of how we learned to survive as people. So again, the question of how do I trust myself, that's one that always cycles around. And so yes, we are going to discuss. We're also going to discuss ending toxic and painful cycles. So when you find yourself in another situation where you are far off from where you thought you were going to be, if you find yourself 6 decisions down the line and you thought you were making right decisions all along the way, but then you find yourself in this like tangle of a mess of a whatever, and you're like, how did I get here? Again, that is probably a cycle that has roots somewhere in a pattern of yours, like in a pattern of thinking, behaving, whatever. And so how do you, number one, find the source of a cycle? Number two, explore how you can make different decisions in similar circumstances and therefore end the cycle, because ending the cycle just means no longer participating in that same chain of events, that same behavior chain, as one of my clients recently introduced me to. She introduced me to that term. She's a therapist. She's awesome. If you're watching this, mwah, love ya. So anyways, yeah. And then number 3, how do you then completely take responsibility, take accountability, take charge, whatever, and decide what you want your new cycle to be? How do you change yourself in such a way that you can create new channels in your life? If the, the well-worn track is a cliche term that a lot of coaches, educators, whatever, use. If the well-worn track in your mind is one that always ends up in resentment, how do you reroute that well-worn track, reroute it to always end up at gratitude? If you are spending all of your time in resentment and blame and in the past and in self-blame and shame and just, those dark, that painful place, how do you shift your place permanently over to peace, calm, self-trust, self-love, self-appreciation, self-respect and self-honor, gratitude, again, peace, like I think I said peace already. It's an important topic. We're going to talk about it. Number 3, self-reconciliation, whatever the heck that means, come find out. That, again, I'm not going to talk about that right now. That's a whole thing. It sounds cool because it is cool. I recommend coming and finding out what that's all about. Releasing shame, healing wounds, reclaiming your power, owning your worth, why you keep settling and how to stop, showing up in your new life. You make the rules. It's so funny. These sound so flashy. I'm like, guess what? Own your worth. But really, some of you aren't, and you need to be. So let's go. It's right in front of you. It's so available. It's so accessible. And I don't want you to think that you have to spend this money. I think $36 for this workshop is effing insane. I'm so excited to tell you that it's $36 because I'm like, come, you crazy girl, come. It's the best. This is a no-brainer. But guess what? If you can't swing $36 right now, and I get it, I love you, I see you effing trying, you are building your life, and one day $36 for something is going to be no problem. But if right now it's a problem, then all of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about is woven into all of my content. So listen to one of my podcasts. Go look at some of my recent reels because I've kind of been on a tear because people have been asking me questions that remind me that they are doubting their worth, and it's oof. So I'm like, I have to address it. So yeah, go consume some of my content, watch my stories, go find the Crappy Childhood Fairies daily practice. That's free. I have free resources on my website. Sign up for my texting. I text supportive texts that's free. Like, if $36 is a problem for you, my sweet love, then go enjoy. There is a veritable feast of completely complimentary resources from me and so many other amazing creators. That sounded so weird. So many other creators. Anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing night. This was long-winded, but I wanted to just have a chat and to talk frankly about how amazing this workshop is going to be. I'm so excited. I wish that I could all gather you here in my apartment and we could have like a big yoga circle. I do that here sometimes with my friends, and I just wish that I could have you join me to do that, to do this workshop in person, but that's maybe for another time. Look forward into the future with me for that. I'm very excited for the day when I can hold an in-person workshop. But second best is this. So tomorrow, maybe, carve out some time for yourself at 2 p.m. Eastern. Sit on the floor, cross your legs, get a journal, get a cup of tea, a little snack, and spend a couple of hours with me talking about how you can step into a life that you really, truly love and that doesn't feel like a sacrifice or a struggle anymore. Okay. I love you, and I hope you have a peaceful night, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. Bye.